First of all, thanks for joining us on our live IG live session today. We're happy to host you here. So basically, I think today we're going to be talking about crypto trading industry, because I think a lot of people, especially during this pandemic, right? People are learning a lot of like new things, new investment, new strategy, and everything, right? So I'm thinking it's a good idea to actually talk about crypto trading industry in this opportunity. Maybe you can share a little bit about your company, bro.
Okay.
What do you guys do? What is SnapX and everything, so that everyone is on the same page.
Right, okay. So I think just campur-campur bahasa dengan I think English.
Yeah, boleh.
Boleh. Alright, company Sebab, kami was founded pada tahun 2017 semasa harga Bitcoin dia sampai capai 20,000 USDT. Tapi semasa itu sebab dekat market tu kami rasa platform yang untuk buat hedging seperti Binance Futures ke Bitmax tak berapa banyak. So semasa itu kami beberapa orang telah cuba nak buatkan satu hedging platform seperti Bitmax untuk retail investors. Jadi sebab the design of I think a mix of English. I think the design of Bitmax dia lebih susah. Dia tak sesuai untuk retail investors. Jadi kami telah buat satu platform yang lebih senang untuk digunakan untuk pengguna biasa untuk buat hedging dekat platform kami. So tahun 2018 kami guna masa sebanyak 6 bulan sampai 8. So semasa kami ada MVP yang pertama, kami launch produk kami pada November. Target market kami semasa itu Malaysia, negara China, Korea. Sebab semasa itu kami telah angkat sebanyak 6 bulan untuk cuba untuk dapatkan respons market fit, dan semasa itu kami pun cuba dapatkan respons dari para pengguna dekat market untuk fine tune produk kami supaya naik tingkat lagi. So around that time as well, we spent quite a number of times trying to refine the product, trying to make our product a lot more competitive in terms of price, caranya, UI, UX. So sampailah tahun 2019, kami pun ada produk partner kami nak dapatkan trading yang lebih smoother for all for users. So ever since then, we've tried to venture into like different markets. We have ventured into like Vietnam. We have ventured into Turkey, UK market. Japanese market is probably one of the newer ones that we're going to try, and hopefully things will get a bit better. So sampai hari ini kami sudah ada dalam network crypto sebanyak selama 2 tahun lebih.
So when did your company first enter Indonesia?
First enter Indonesia, I think we started with some of the KOLs athletes last year, but I think it was not done up quite well. We officially properly went into Indonesia last year during November. We participated in the roadshow with Coin Investasi. We went to Jogja, Jakarta, we even went Surabaya and a few places because I was with the team in Indonesia during the roadshow. So officially, I think it's about 7 to 8 months.
Also, you guys did go for on roadshow in Indonesia as well.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you guys doing now, bro? I mean, like, especially like
good roadshow. A lot of friends. Indodex, I think Indodex is the biggest platform in Indonesia. So we met up with Indodex, some of the local partners. I think OKEX, Binance at that time as well. They had their roadshows together with us. All in all, I think the entire market is very promising in Indonesia. The number of users grew exponentially during our time in Indonesia, so that's a good sign. But of course, the whole COVID-19 thing, I think that has hindered a bit susah nak expand. Sebab I think Indonesians prefer more human interactions. So I think all these online approach, I think it's giving us just a bit of some difficulties. But nonetheless, I think hopefully the market will be better. Once the COVID-19 thing is done, I think we should be fine.
Yeah. So how does your company deal with this COVID-19 situation right now?
Right. Well, of course, at the start of the COVID-19 issue, we had a big lockdown. Majority of our colleagues, we are all from different parts of the world. Our tech team is in Beijing. The marketing team, the operations team is all spread out around Southeast Asian countries, Hong Kong, and we have some colleagues from Vietnam, Turkey. So at the very beginning, because we have been running this business like a hybrid office, right? So we have colleagues working in the office, we have colleagues working outside of the office as well. So not too much of an impact. Sebab the way we work, we've always had a lot of phone calls. I'm not too sure about how it affected you guys, but we usually have a morning phone call. So in terms of operations, we do everything on Slack, we do everything on Trello. So majority of things, I think it's still pretty much okay. But in terms of marketing activities and in terms of like operation activities, it's a bit affected because we can't go on the ground. Majority of our efforts was primarily done based on the athletes. We can't meet them. We can only do phone calls, video calls with them online. Majority of our offline campaigns that has stopped. We can't activate users on ground. We can't have roadshows. We can't meet them. So adalah susah sikit nak expand.
Yeah. Do you find it more productive or not? Like, you know,
Definitely not. I think the team is a lot more tired during this COVID-19 period as compared to having a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 time in the office. Definitely a lot.
So everyone's still working at home, from home.
Some of the colleagues, some of us we are working in the office. So like I'm here, I'm in the office in a phone booth now. Some of the colleagues are actually working from home. Our tech team in Beijing, it's half and half. So half of them they are working in the office. Some of them they are working from home.
Yeah, I think these days during this COVID-19 situations, like working from home, the physical distancing, people are trying to apply a new strategy, especially in online marketing and stuff, right? Not just internally, but externally, as in our marketing campaign and our strategy to penetrate market and everything is changing like rapidly, right? So what do you guys, I mean, like, I believe you guys must shift most of the resources and the focus from offline to online, right? So maybe you could share some of the strategy that you guys are applying in your company right now.
Online, of course. First off, we have a lot of AMA sessions, online AMA sessions. Then we had we've been running a lot of demo competitions online as well. So every week we have definitely a live stream session, either with the athletes or with myself. We even had conference call with our stakeholders every other day. So hopefully, with the intention to actually make sure everyone is still in check. We know that it's a bad time for everyone, be it for the crypto business or even for people from other industries as well. So we are trying our best to just with everyone to constantly reach out to our clients to make sure that our traders are still happy and in check. So aside
Yeah.
from competitions, aside from a live stream, we have also done a couple of free gifts. We have been sending some of our athletes or some of our traders freebies, just to just some tiny.
Yeah, actually, there's one thing that I find interesting actually during this COVID-19 situations, right? So a lot of people now, like out of the sudden, ask me what is Forex, what is crypto, and everything. Like especially during this time, because like like businesses, economy is slowing down, like significantly. So they're trying to look for alternative, how to invest, how to jump into a new industry and stuff. So the way I see it, I mean, like, I don't know about you, but I would like to get your opinion though on this. Do you see this COVID-19 situations as opportunity, or do you view it as a disaster? Like from a business standpoint.
Yeah. It's a couple of ways to look at it. Of course, there's this whole during the initial lockdown, I think almost all the market crashed. And in the history, you see the price of oil went negative for the very first time. I think that has never happened before. Of course, there are good side. At the end of the day, it's a zero-sum game. So if you have people winning, if you have people making money, you definitely have people losing money on the other end. So I think during this period of time, I think a lot of all the institutional investors, they probably made quite a big cut. A lot of all the institutional investors, they were able to ride the wave and actually make money off it. But I think the group that was a bit more badly affected, definitely the retail investors. That's why you see a lot of people during the market crash, they can't hold on to their position. They liquidate their positions almost instantly. And of course, it's a buying spree, good time to buy for a majority of the institutional investors. I think 2 weeks after the big crash, we see a immediate rebound, be it from commodities, commodity prices, crypto prices, Forex prices. Almost instantly, everything went up by 30-40%. So if you are lucky or if you have some fundamental trading experiences, you definitely could have profited during this period. I think 2 weeks after, about a month to 2 months into the whole COVID lockdown issue, the market has definitely stabilized quite a bit. You are seeing prices making new highs. Peaks. You see the stock indexes becoming a lot more stable. But again, you also start to see that the prices of cryptocurrency converges to become more and more similar to the movement of commodity prices. That's why you can see some similarities between Bitcoin price and also gold prices. So in a way, it's a good thing. During this period of time, you see a lot of people are willing to try. Our trading volume actually spiked as well 2 months into the COVID-19 lockdown. So definitely a lot of newer players or retail traders that are willing to try Forex, willing to learn up some skills.
Do you think there's a correlation? Do you think there's a correlation between the price of commodity and the price of cryptocurrency?
I think during this period, last time I think when you compare the prices of Dow Jones or if you compare S&P 500 prices, you see that Dow Jones price index will crash, but Bitcoin price will go up. So people think crypto prices is a safe haven, but during this COVID-19, you see almost it's non-existent. Dow Jones crash. I think in Malaysia we have a KLSE. KLSE price crash, almost the entire world's economy crash. Bitcoin prices crash at the same time. But you see when gold prices went up, crypto prices went up as well. So I believe there are more people who are willing to. I think the pool is getting bigger. So when you have more retail traders into within the scene itself, you have more money into the scene. I think in a way it's a good exposure. So I do see some correlation there, but I think the liquidity pool is still relatively small for cryptocurrency.
But maybe do you think it has something to do with the whole halving event of BTC? Like BTC is expected to to grow, right? Like the price is expected to spike up, right? Before this COVID-19, but now, like during this COVID-19, we don't know anymore, right? What do you think?
Correct. You're true. You're right. So I think the whole FOMO thing, it definitely blew it up a bit out of proportion. Everyone was everyone thought the minute immediately after the halving, price of BTC was skyrocketed to 20,000, 30,000, 100,000. But I think it needs a bit of time, be it for any development. See, when cryptocurrency was in a couple of dollars, when it reached the $100 mark, it took quite some time as well. For $100 to turn into $1,000, I think it took quite a number of years as well. So I think for crypto believers, they will want to hold on to their cryptocurrencies. But for myself, because I'm not, I do trade myself, but I'm not a fundamentalist. I trade primarily on TAs. So all the noise, it doesn't really affect too much on how I make the decision during trading. So whether Bitcoin will go up, it'll be great. If Bitcoin goes down to 5,000, I think that would be good for me as well. I think it would be good for anyone in the industry.
Yeah, so just like what they say, in every crisis there's opportunity, right?
Yes,
so
correct.
Let's talk about awareness. Like I think more than ever now, especially during this crisis, this pandemic time, people are shifting from offline to online, right? So they are adopting digital platform, digital software, and everything. That could be beneficial for me, in my perspective, for cryptocurrency, because even before COVID, we have adopt this digital adoption and everything, right? So do you see this COVID, in a way, benefit cryptocurrency industry?
No, not really. I don't know. I
in terms of okay.
I think when businesses turns from offline to online, I think the emergence of e-wallets spiked. I think people started to use e-wallets. Even the older generations, like my parents, started using e-wallets a lot more. So I think that's a good sign. If we were to consider the exposure of using digital wallets, I think that definitely has increased. I'm not too sure whether there is an increase in adoption of cryptocurrency to begin with. I think it's two separate things. But in a way, it's a good thing. A lot of people trust online transactions a lot more. They believe that you don't have to go out to the market and to pay in fiat, paying to physical dollars and cents, but you can actually complete the transaction using digital wallets. So in a way, I think it's a step forward. But I think for the general public to properly adopt cryptocurrency to purchase something, I think that will still take a bit of the time.
So I think you and we both agree on this one thing, that there's actually a window where we can take cryptocurrency adoptions, especially to another level. Like as in with all these government policies, physical distancing and everything. So more than ever, we need a digital payment, right? A digital payment system that is widely acceptable. And I think that's one of the windows for cryptocurrency.
I do agree, but there's always this issue with cryptocurrency, because the way cryptocurrency had a very long history. I think back in 2016, there was all these ICO scams. Then there's also the issue of trust. Whether people think that if I invest in crypto today, tomorrow it might go down to zero. So the issue of price fluctuation. I think the majority of the users are not comfortable with things like this. I think the next big issue is on regulation. I always believe the development of cryptocurrency or the technological advancement will always be faster than the development of laws and regulations. So it will take some time for local countries to properly regulate cryptocurrencies. Once this is in place, I think people will feel a lot safer. And once people feel safe, then the adoption will increase. The more adoption, once there's mass adoption, more people use it, people talk about it, then the entire environment, I think, will become a lot more positive. But as of now,
by the way, bro, is cryptocurrency regulated in Malaysia?
Yeah, definitely. So the SCs came up with a set of regulatory frameworks. I think one of the local startups called Luno. I think it was based in South Africa. So Luno is quite prominent here in Malaysia, but the local exposure is still a bit weak. So you don't see you don't have a local born and bred platform like Innodex in Indonesia. I think Innodex is huge in Indonesia, but hopefully we will soon have a local exchange or a local platform like Innodex here in Malaysia.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about just now, it's actually interesting when you talk about like scam crypto company, like what happened before. A lot of all these new company emerging, but it's really hard to differentiate which company is like a scam company and a legit company. Maybe do you have like tips on choosing how to invest in a right company?
Right. Okay. Anytime something sounds too good to be true, you're down to something bad. Always think that being at the end of the day, a crypto exchange is still a business, right? You cannot. When something sounds too good to be true, means either something fishy is happening at the back. Right? I always tell users that because we are a crypto platform, users always compare two things. They will number one, they will compare our fees. Number two, they will compare our because we don't have our books, so we have our K lines, right? So how transparent are we with our K lines? How competitive we are with our prices? How long we have been in the industry? Do we have any history, prior history into cryptocurrency? So all these are, I think, good metrics, good things, good indicators. Back to the issue on business. So we have a group of employees. We still need to keep them afloat as well. Everyone needs to pay them salary. So we always try to make our as competitive as possible. But we definitely cannot overly reduce our fee because we still work. We are still running a business. So when in the industry, the market itself is too cheap, then you need to question. You need to question yourself whether this platform is legit investment.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on this, but then again, the whole fundamental and foundation of belief when people invest in cryptocurrency is because the high return itself. Because if we see the price of BTC from nothing to 20,000, it happened in a pretty short time, right? So yeah. I guess first when people invest in cryptocurrency, they were expecting the same thing, right? But then again, they don't know how to differentiate which one is scam, which one is a legit one. So I think we need
do something the commoners are using, right? Go into the top 20 coins, those that has the biggest market share. Go into, if you want to invest, if you're a holder, i.e. you buy and hold for a long time, go for the big coins. Again, anything that's too good to be true. If you want to hope that if I buy altcoin today at $1, tomorrow it's going to become $1,000. There's no fundamentals back into it. The reason why Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoins is what it is today because they've gone through numerous years, tens and tens of years of development. So imagine how Bitcoin started at that time. I think it was close to 20 back then. Go through numerous cycles of trust, numerous cycles of development to become where it is today. Right, so it is a price that the market or the industry itself has come to know about, and it's something that has reached equilibrium. Right. So if you're going to invest, as any investor, read about the projects. There are a lot of interesting projects outside. There are a lot of good coins outside. but there is also a lot of bad projects out there that will cause you to lose a big portfolio. So do not.
Okay, so who would you say is your competitions for? I mean, like competition of SnapX. Do you guys have any competitions currently?
Yeah, of course. So we are a margin trading platform. So for those who are not aware of this one, so basically you're allowed to actually leverage trade your portfolio. For instance, if you have $100, you can leverage up to a maximum of 100 times on our platform. As long as you make a profitable trade in the correct position, then you then profit from it. So when we started in 2017, the market was still relatively fresh. So we only had to compete with companies like Bitmax, Bybit.
Okay.
I think recently there were a lot of new platforms coming up. I think in Indonesia itself, I think Indodax is offering their own futures. I think in Indonesia we have competitors like Yard, I think Inbon. I think platforms like this are sprouting. So of course, in the global scene, some futures, Binance futures, Bitmax, Bybit, these are big competitors.
Okay, so I mean, like with all this company emerging, how do you guys? I mean, like, what's your strategy in competing with all these other platforms?
Right.
Do you have any,
like I said before, the vision of the company was to actually create a simple to use contract trading platform for the masses. So if you have a chance to actually try out Bitmax or Bybit or any of the other platforms, they use a business model called perpetual swap. So that form of contract trading is a bit difficult. So users need to learn things like limit stop, buy stop, what is a market price, what is a perpetual swap contract, what is a funding fee, what is a maker, what is a taker. But on our platform, it's nothing like these. Users don't have to worry about things like that. Literally simple as you sign up for an account, you deposit your USDT onto our platform. You then try to analyze the market, you make a judgment call, whether to long, to short, and then you make a profit from the differences in that. That's it. So you don't have to learn about this. You don't have to learn about funding fees. You don't have to learn about maker fees, what is taker fees, and a whole lot more. So we believe that the key differences between our platform and the rest of the platform is on the ease of use. How easy is it for new traders to come on board and trade?
Yeah, I see. So you guys are like provide a platform for leverage trading on the pairs, on cryptocurrency pairs, right? Yeah. So I think we're doing something that is similar, but the only difference is our pair is all those products in JFX. So we're also a platform for leverage trading, but only for commodity indices and then for Forex itself. So we're sort of bridging crypto to Forex, like hoping to bring awareness to all these crypto traders as well as Forex traders company, institution or individuals, to provide them with a platform that is so much better than all those conventional platforms is what our aim. So do you guys currently also focus on building a new project?
We have a few things down the pipeline. Of course, originally we wanted to also try out the commodities. So originally we wanted to introduce commodity pairs, but then we realized that instead of spreading ourselves too thin, we might as well take the time, resources, just to focus on the verticals of the business, which is primarily on cryptocurrency only. Originally, we wanted to do a copy trade as well, which was another small project within the platform we wanted to embark in. But we then realized again, it might not be as useful for our users because we wanted users to learn how to trade for themselves. So we Well, at the same time, we're actually building up our education hub so that we can actually offer more knowledge-based content to the users, just to educate users, to make users aware of the how to trade, what is crypto, how to trade profitably, how to trade responsibly. So things like this, it's in place, but I think it's going to take a couple of months before we can actually complete all these side projects. But primarily, everything is still very focused on only contract trading and nothing else.
Okay, how are you guys doing with the whole education part, bro? I mean, is people taking it well?
We had a few tries. So we did some A/B testings before. Our primary target, we use KOLs as a channel to reach out to the younger traders. We use KOLs to educate the newer traders as well. So through that, we managed to gather a lot of information, and we are in the midst of designing how the Edu Hub should work. Of course, in the industry, there are a lot of big platforms outside. For instance, Baby Pips. I think you probably heard of it as well. It's like a school for Forex 101 for new beginners. So we want to have elements like that in on our Edu Hub as well. To have elements of KOL being there to educate users, to reach out to users, to have a forum that allows traders to discuss about strategies, to discuss about the outlook of the market. We also want to have a section primarily for newer traders to come on board to learn the fundamentals of trading. Then, of course, the last one to have a progressive learning once you're done the basics of trading. So a lot of all these, basically the platform is just to congregate everyone that is interested in trading into one platform. So that it will encourage a lot more discussion and also chats just to grow up the community.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, actually, we're also doing the same thing, because especially during this time, I think education plays a very, very big role, especially in, getting to users, educating them how to actually trade crypto and as well as Forex. I think that's one of the tools that we have to really improve on, how to, send message, create awareness and get market exposure and everything. Right. I think that should be all for our session today, bro. So thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I hope I will see you again, maybe in some other IG live session.
Yeah, seriously. I was supposed to
okay, right.
I think the whole thing was in English at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay, we'll do a Bahasa session next time. All right, thanks, bro.
Need to prepare for Bahasa.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you. Take care. Bye-bye.